Welcome back to the Python short video series. Today, we're exploring functions, one of the most essential tools in Python. Functions help us organize code, make it reusable, and make our programs easier to read and maintain. In Python, we define a function using the def keyword followed by a name and parentheses. If you want to pass information to the function, we add parameters inside the parentheses. Here, greet is the function name, and name is a parameter, a placeholder for the value we provide when calling the function. Each call prints a personalized greeting. Functions can be reused with different arguments. Functions can return values using the return keyword. This allows us to capture the result and use it elsewhere. In this example, square returns both the number and square of the number. We store the square in the results variable and print it. Now, a quick word on scope. Variables inside a function are local and cannot be accessed outside. Variables outside are global and can be used in the function if needed. In this example, notice that x is global, so the function can read it. But if we define a variable inside a function, it only exists there. Python allows default values for parameters. If no value is provided, the default is used. We can also use keyword arguments to specify which parameter we are setting. First call uses default guessed. Second call passes a value normally. Third call uses a keyword argument. We specify name explicitly. Finally, let's explore Lambda functions, a shorthand way to write small functions. Now let's learn about Lambda functions, small one-line functions in Python. The syntax is lambda parameters expression. Here, lambda x x square takes the number x and returns its square. We assign it to a variable called square, so we can call it like a regular function. Square 5 returns 25. Lambda functions are great for quick, simple operations where you don't want to write a full def function. Next, let's see filter. Filter goes through a list and keeps only the items where a condition is true. Here, this is the condition. It returns true for even numbers. Filter collects these items and we wrap it up with list to get a normal Python list. So filter selects elements based on a rule. Finally, let's look at map. Map applies a function to every item in a list. Here, this is applied to each number in this list, producing 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on. Notice the difference. Map transforms each item, while filter selects items based on a condition. To summarize, Lambda is quick one-line functions. Map apply a function to every element. Lastly, filter keeps only elements that meet a condition. These tools are very powerful for working with lists in Python, especially when you want to write clean, concise code. Let's practice using Lambda functions with map and filter. Your challenge is to use map and the Lambda function to get the length of each word. Then use filter and a Lambda function to keep only words longer than 5 characters. Think about how map applies a function to every item in a list and filter selects items based on a condition. Lambda functions let us define these functions inline, in one line. Let's look at one possible solution. Remember, your code may differ, but the output should match. First, we use map with a Lambda function. Map applies a function to every item in a list. Our Lambda function is this part. It takes each word W and returns its length. Wrapping it in list gives the length of each word in order. Next, we use filter with a Lambda function. Filter selects items that satisfy a condition. Our lambda function is this part. This checks each word, keeping only the ones longer than 5 characters. Wrapping it in list gives banana, cherry, and elderberry. Lambda functions let us write these operations inline. That means there is no need to define a separate function. Map transforms all items in a list, and filter chooses items that meet a condition. And that's it for the functions in Python. We covered defining functions, parameters, return values, scope, default and keyword arguments, and lambda functions. Try creating your own functions to practice. See how reusable and clean your code can become. In the next video, we'll explore modules and libraries, where you'll learn how to use Python's built-in tools and external packages to supercharge your programs. Stay tuned!